Good morning. Welcome to Headlines in Bed. Today is Monday, April 5th, 2021. Thank you for joining me. Um, make yourself comfortable. Grab a cup of tea, cup of coffee, some yogurt, and let's get started with today's headlines. We'll do a survey of California today. We'll start northern Sacramento, travel through Silicon Valley, San Francisco, and go down to San Diego. And today we start with the Sacramento Bee. Rich Californians pay higher tax rates than anyone else in America. Is that a model for Biden? President Joe Biden wants to reinstate Obama-era tax rates for top earners. Latest, one person killed in Roseville after car crashes into tree in Center Median. Terrence Davis grateful for opportunity with Kings after prosecutors drop assault charges. 2 earthquakes. 1 4.0 magnitude rattled Southern California within 30 minutes. The Sacramento Bee got this story wrong for more than 100 years. This is our plan to change that. Huh. Intriguing headline. I wonder what that is. And in fact, let's take a quick look, right? And the story is, hello Sacramento, my name is Marcus D. Smith and I'm the new reporter covering Black communities for the Sacramento Bee Equity Lab. That is my beat, and that's pretty groundbreaking. I'm the first reporter in the Bee's 164-year history focused exclusively on serving our Black communities. My intentions are to amplify Black voices in the Sacramento region and in doing so to contribute to the empowerment and advancement of Black people. Huh, that's interesting. That begins with reaching those who look like me. Let's show the next generation of thought leaders and influencers that there are role models making a difference in my hometown, the city of trees. The Bee, like most other mainstream media outlets, has failed to adequately serve Black communities for decades. The paper has too often heard the community or has fallen short of reflecting its needs. And this isn't just ancient history. As recently as the 1990s, at times the Bee inflicted harm on Black community. Huh. Good for the Sacramento Bee. The question that I have is, speaking of representation, what equation will be drawn to address the needs of the Latinx community in the Sacramento Valley? See indoor services Easter at the Second Church after a year-long pause. I wasn't there to hold his hand. Sacramento woman remembers life of father who died of COVID. I'll never forget. Good guys hostage crisis in South Sacramento 30 years later. Sightseers watching horror as USB plunges off ocean cliff. California rescuers say. Men suspected of breaking into home, stashing stolen gun and toilet. Gulf police say. 533 million Facebook users' personal information leaked following 2019 data breach. Okay. Gavin Newsom's anti-recall strategy brand the other side as Republican. Yeah. How about addressing the issues that are being raised? But this is big. This document to be got this story wrong for more than 100 years. This is our plan to change that. I recommend everyone reading that story. As you notice, we only read the first few paragraphs, but I think it's an important step, an important story to be read about a step that such a major news outlet is taking. But let's move on to the San Francisco Chronicle and see what is happening in the Bay Area. In California, political leanings predict vaccination rates better than income. Top of the news, Supreme Court sides with Google in copyright dispute with Oracle. I want to read a little. Let's see if that story is available for reading. The Supreme Court sided Monday with Google in an $8 billion copyright dispute with Oracle over the internet company's creation of the Android operating system used on most smartphones worldwide. To create Android, which was released in 2007, Google wrote millions of lines of new copy code, but it also used 11,330 lines of code in an organization that is of code and an organization that's part of Oracle's Java platform. Google had argued that what it did is long settled, common practices in the industry, practice that has been good for technical progress, and it is said there is no copyright protection for the purely functional, non-creative computer code it used, something that couldn't be written another way. But Google said Oracle committed an egregious act of plagiarism, and it sued. The Justice Rule 6-2 for Google, based in Mountain View, California, two conservative justices dissented. Justice Stephen Breyer wrote that in reviewing a lower court's decision, the justice assumed, for argument's sake, that the material was copyrightable. But we hold that the copyright here at issue nonetheless constituted a fair use, hence Google's copyright didn't violate the copyright law, he wrote. Justice Clarence Thomas wrote in a dissent joined by Justice Samuel Alito that he believed Oracle's code at issue here is copyrightable and Google's use of that copyright code was anything but fair. Only 8 judges heard the case because it was argued in October after the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but before Justice Amy Coney Barrett joined the court. The case has been going on for a decade. Microsoft, IBM, and major internet tech industry lobbying groups had weighed in favor of Google. Wow. The Motion Pictures Association and the Recording Industry of America were among those supporting Oracle. Wow. Well, there you have it. And let's quickly take a look at corporations gave over $550 million to voting restriction backers. Bay Area students struggle amid spiking mental health crises. Sustainable fish, a scam, like Netflix documentary Seaspiracy suggests. Smoky, savory, cochinita pibil rises from a Bay Area background pit. Well, the only thing is that the picture is of chicken. I thought cochinita pibil was pork. But if you know the difference, let me know. And last, we're going to do a quick stop in the Times of San Diego. The Times of San Diego tells us that 3 quakes welcome to California, the Golden State. Biggest 4.0 magnitude shakes Los Angeles early Monday. So moments ago, 35 minutes ago. As a vaccine rollout quickens, California confronts the anti-vaxxers and the skeptics. That's our Governor Newsom getting a shot. Opinion, California sheriffs are feeling the progressive political heat. County health officials report 193 new COVID-19 cases and 12 more deaths. Shelter at downtown convention center nearing capacity as more migrant girls arrived. CHP reports 1 million death after series of collisions on I-1, I-5 in Carlsbad. Marketing. Sports radio host Scott Kaplan now on weeknight cable TV. Border apprehensions in March total 171,000, the highest in 2 decades. Wow. Average San Diego County gas price holding steady under 4. CDC will require vaccinations before cruise ships can welcome passengers again. Trader Joe's partners with Magnus Cards app to support shoppers with autism special needs. Oh, that's nice. Pandemic hit women hard, including delayed medical care, increased anxiety, and depression. Well, I know it was a bit rushed because of the overall headlines, because we went deep into a couple of stories. I hope you guys enjoyed that Turbocast, but I think it can still be a great day. Make it so. Have a good one. See you tomorrow.